You don't seek anybody's approval. Previously, you were. The whole world is made this way. It is based on approval based. Without approval, the world doesn't. It seeks validation. You see, exchanges are always there. The whole world is that way. It keeps exchanging validations. Without exchanging validations, it cannot feel complete. But a seeker who's on the path of this light will not need any validation. They will not seek approval. They know what's happening. So when somebody is abiding in that knowing, that will tend to create disturbances outside. Because suddenly you are not seeking anybody's approval. You don't want any validation. It will feel that the world, you are rejecting the world. You are not. It might feel. You see, we are in a world where we dress up and we say, how do I look? Why? Seeking validation. Because you don't know how you look. You don't know how we are. We don't know how we are. So we have to go and look into the mirror and find out how we look. Forget asking people. Mirror also is that only validation. See, the one who's feeling complete doesn't even need the mirror because they're so complete. They have accepted themselves the way they are. How does it matter if the hair is shabby? Accepting themselves the way they are means I'm complete. See, that's the power of the healing. When you keep on accepting yourself, forgiving yourself, unconditionally loving yourself, these all these validations will fall. Self validation and even from others. You will seek nobody's approval to do anything. Right now, you see, you have to take approval. Anything, everything. You might say, no, 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 I'm very independent. Check out. You might say something in your loved ones, for example. You might not ask them for permission, but you'll be constantly looking at their face and body expression to see if they reject it or they like it. And they also are very nice. They will not tell openly. They will do some body language, and that's enough. You will shake. That's validation. That's seeking approval. When a person gets healed, they are not bothered into all this. And that can make you very isolated. The world will treat you very isolated, like alien. They'll say this is a hard, this is a crazy person, this is a different person, maybe useless person, good for nothing person. All those things will come. Different, different. Be ready to take it because the whole world is like that. And you are sitting there alone and you're not even understanding the whole because everybody is in a different tone. You are in a different tone. So this healing work will invite all these things. You have the capacity to love deeply, not everybody. You can overlook flaws. By practicing unconditional love, you can look at things beyond. You can forgive very easily, as I said. Others will not be able to do that. So you love deeply, but others will not be able to reciprocate. And that's okay. You can see through things, others can't. You can see through things means somebody is lying, you can see. Somebody is pretending, you can see. They don't speak a word, but you can see. You know what's going on. That makes people uncomfortable. That is one another reason why people don't come close. Because somewhere they know subconsciously they'll get exposed. There are many people in my life I have seen, they keep a distance away, and I didn't know why. It is later I understood when they come very close, somehow they feel that somebody is looking into them. And what is inside can be seen. And hence they hide. They pretend. They can't look at you in the eyes. See, that's what light work can do. It simply exposes. It is not that you have to go and see or you are interested. There is nothing worth seeing in anything in that. Anyways. But I am telling this will happen. You might not understand many things what's happening with the world, but these psychology, these things are going on. All these things are going on in and around because you live in this world and you are doing tapasya in this world. You are not in a jungle or a cave. That is why I'm revealing these things to you. You're constantly going to be in the world and be constantly facing these things. And thus, you might feel isolated and lonely. You might not understand like what's happening, the whole thing. For that, the deep work. You come deep within. You sit, you heal, come back, focus on that. Slowly, you'll start to understand what I've been talking previously also, that whatever you are seeking from this world, even that somebody should understand you, that is coming because you don't understand yourself. That is a replacement. I've not understood myself completely, so I want somebody to come and understand me. I have not loved myself completely, so I want somebody to come and love me. Are you getting the whole thing? This craving. You'll be able to identify that. And I'm telling that is where the solution is. Until you come back to that, that whole integration cannot happen. The chase will still be there. The dependency will still be there. Clinging will be there. The whole clinging is coming from this ignorance. Something that I'm failing to see within. Why? Because I'm not within. I'm out all the time. That is why you can see most of the spiritual people who are very intense and all, they're always single. Why are these people single? They choose to be single. You can say they choose to be single because they cannot find anything authentic that way. It's very almost close to impossible. Somebody wrote to me the other day about this topic, about the feeling of isolation and loneliness on the journey and inability to find anything. And then that's a very common thing. Inability to find anything. Why you're not able to find? Because of this whole thing. You might get somebody, but that person should be that your light, somebody on that level of work, which is not possible most of the times. That is why you can see these relationships also don't work after some time. It starts dropping because there's no maturity in those kind of relationship. It's very superficial. It's all based on outside attraction. You go by the color, you go by the status, you go by money, you go by education, qualification. It's a world. Even the spiritual world is branded in that. Then spiritual branding is there. Which lineage you are belonging to, which path you are, who's your guru. All those things are there. So many things are there in that. All that nonsense people are still stuck in. That's all superficial, fake stuff. The real stuff is your authentic work. So people of light are very, very less on that. And that's okay. When you understand this very clearly, there will be no chase. You will go back to the core where it has to be worked. You will understand because the work is there. You complete the work there, these requirements will start dying down. There is no need for that. Then you will understand if it happens, fine. There's nothing to break your head on it. One reason I've never married after those years. It's not that I didn't get or it's not. Why would you want to and bang your head into all those things? Because that level of intensity which you are going through is like a propelled rocket. And you have the right to choose whether you want to go in that intensity or do you want to settle down, compromise, and then break your head and things like that. It's upon you. So that's what I told the person. It's upon you. If you like to get into all that, then that's a different zone. If not, if there is an intensity and if something happens in that manner, then go with it. Otherwise, go and heal that point. That point, I'm telling you, the whole Yin and yang, what we are talking about, masculine and feminine, this is there in each of us. When the other half is not complete within us, deeply integrated within us, that suffices as a desire into the outside world, something called seeking, to come and complete here. So when you go deep within, like for example, the masculine, the male, there is a feminine, and it's not just about male. We have both have it. Male and female both have the yin and yang, masculine and feminine, and both have to be balanced. When it is properly balanced, it is called integrated. That is only called as Ardhanarishwara, the state of I am, Shiva and Shakti. They are beautifully blending each other. From that point only, we say the masculine protects and the feminine heals. How the feminine heals? The Praneshwari. We have these energies in us. These energies only heal us. If we become deeply aware of the Praneshwari, the Shakti within, and you simply become fully aware of this deep Shakti in every aspect of your beingness, and you fall in love with that. You know, Rumi talks a lot about this. The beloved, beloved, beloved. He's talking about this. The other day I put it in Mystical Mystics, Rumi's words. And somebody said this cannot be Rumi. I explained it. Might look it's not Rumi. Because Rumi simply said, if you're if somebody doesn't understand your worth, your love, and rejects you, or allow them to go. Maybe one day what is true love will be understood. Now this looks like a very romantic, modern day Romeo Juliet kind of a statement. It is not. Rumi is very deep. He is telling when somebody doesn't appreciate the love that you give, because I told you we are all love beings, we are always radiating love, but not, it cannot be reciprocated. It not necessarily it's going to be reciprocated. It will be rejected many times, because I told you all these reasons are there. Maybe the light, they are not ready for the authentic thing, your light scares them, and so they keep away, it rejects. So that's how the love get rejected. So Rumi is saying, if this love get rejected, if somebody doesn't understand this worth of love, allow them to move. Maybe one day what is true love will be understood. Now he is not telling them what is true love, he is telling you. Maybe one day you will understand what is true love. It is not that. The true love is integration within. When you understand where the true beloved is, there will be no chase. So when you become aware of these energies, for example, I'm giving, if you truly become fully aware of these energies and deeply blend, love this energy fully, and experience it fully nourishing your whole being, even the body, your mind, your koshas, suddenly you will start feeling a sense of fulfillment. See, that is the concept of Sat and Chit. When they are together, Anand happens. There's a blissfulness. The union of this Sat and Chit creates Ananda, the blissfulness. That is the symbolic expression of Shiva and Shakti marrying each other. Something else. It's a different level of understanding. And from there, I understand this whole thing. If you just become aware, male or female, whoever you are, you can simply be aware of this mother, what I call as Praneshwari Shakti. That is only the Lopamudra in us. That is only the Shakti in us. The one who's aware of the Shakti Shiva, that interaction which happens within both is the divine union. When this is not perfectly synced, I'm not saying it can be easily synced. That also I'm telling. It's not that just by understanding it, no, it requires a deep level of work there. And even I'm working very deeply towards that. It's a deep integration that takes place. So until the divine bliss of Sat and Chit and Ananda is constantly and permanently experienced from within, this gap will be felt all the time outside. If until it is integrated, this only jumps out into creation, and then this interacts with that. Microcosm interacts with the macrocosm. That's again the yin and yang only trying to integrate itself because it's not integrated here. And in all these practices, what we are understanding is coming and working at the root level continuously so that this external can nullify itself. It doesn't mean you do it as a sannyasi. The same thing is done in Grahastha Yogi also. In Grahastha Sadhana also, the same thing is done. Grahastha means what? Micro and macro. That's all. You're gone outside, right? So there is an interaction in that. Sannyasi is inside. They withdraw inside, they come here, they are in their own guha, they sit and integrate it inside. Those who feel no, it is very challenging, they are given the option of yes, Grahastha Yogi. But the whole thing is that the Grahastha Yogi, that integration which is there, that level of Ma, Lopamudra, and Agastya, that kind of integrity is needed for even a Grahastha to succeed. I tell this to many of the couples here, some of the divine couples here in shifting into awareness and all. They, you can look at them, they have understood the presence of each other in their life. It is not just another kind of a marriage. They have outlawed that regular marriage kind of. They've gone behind into a divine. Now they can integrate it very well because if both have this kind of an understanding, they can make use of that, and that is the purpose of Grahastha Yoga, Grahastha Ashram, deeply.